Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Crime Tapes. I'm Nessa, your host, and today we're exploring one of the most baffling and enduring mysteries of the 21st century, the disappearance of Maura Murray. This case has haunted investigators, true crime enthusiasts, and her family for nearly 2 decades. Before we begin, I want to thank everyone who's been following our episodes. Your support means the world to us, and we hope you're finding these stories as compelling as we do. Now, let's journey into the cold, mysterious night of February 9th, 2004, when a bright young nursing student vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of questions that have never been answered.
Maura Murray was a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. By all accounts, she was intelligent, hardworking, and had a promising future ahead of her. But beneath the surface, Maura's life was more complicated than it appeared. In the days leading up to her disappearance, she made a series of decisions that have puzzled investigators and those who knew her ever since. On the day she disappeared, Maura emailed her professors and work supervisor, telling them she would be taking a week off due to a death in the family. A story that wasn't true. She then packed her belongings, withdrew nearly all the money from her bank account, and purchased alcohol before setting off on a mysterious journey northward. What was going through Maura's mind as she drove through the cold, snowy landscape of New England that day? Where was she going, and why? These are questions that have never been definitively answered. What we do know is that by 7:30 p.m. that evening, Maura's black Saturn sedan had skidded off the road and crashed into a snowbank along Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire. A school bus driver passing by noticed the car and stopped to offer assistance. Maura declined his help, insisting that she had already called for roadside assistance. But when the police arrived just minutes later, Maura was gone. Her car was locked, her belongings were inside, but she was nowhere to be found. The initial investigation into Maura's disappearance was fraught with challenges. The area around the crash site was remote, and the weather conditions were harsh. Despite this, search teams scoured the surrounding woods and fields, using dogs, helicopters, and even infrared technology, but there was no trace of Maura. The lack of footprints in the snow and the absence of any signs of a struggle left investigators baffled. How could someone disappear so completely in such a short amount of time? The search for Maura became one of the largest in New Hampshire's history, but as the days turned into weeks, hope began to fade. As the investigation continued, more details about Maura's life began to emerge, adding layers of complexity to the case. It was revealed that Maura had been struggling with personal issues in the months leading up to her disappearance. She had recently been involved in a car accident that had left her shaken, and there were reports of problems in her relationships and academic life. Some have speculated that these stressors may have led Maura to make a drastic decision to leave her life behind. But if that's the case, where did she go? And how could she have vanished so completely without leaving any clues behind? One of the most compelling aspects of Maura's case is the sheer number of theories that have emerged over the years. Each theory attempts to explain the mystery, but none have provided a definitive answer. One theory suggests that Maura staged her own disappearance. According to this theory, Maura was overwhelmed by the pressures in her life and decided to start fresh somewhere else. The email she sent to her professors, the withdrawal of money from her bank account, and the alcohol she purchased could all be seen as preparations for a planned escape. But if Maura did run away, how has she managed to stay hidden for nearly 2 decades? In today's digital age, it's nearly impossible to disappear without leaving some sort of trace. Yet there has been no credible sighting of Maura since the night she disappeared. Another theory posits that Maura may have been the victim of foul play. The idea is chilling. Did Maura encounter someone on that dark, isolated stretch of road who had malicious intentions? There have been reports of suspicious individuals seen in the area around the time of her disappearance, but none have ever been definitively linked to the case. Could someone have offered Maura a ride only to lead her into danger? This theory raises the terrifying possibility that Maura was abducted and met with foul play, but without any evidence, it remains just that, a theory. Then there's the theory that Maura wandered into the surrounding wilderness and succumbed to the elements. The White Mountains of New Hampshire are rugged, remote, and unforgiving, especially in winter. If Maura had wandered off the road, she could have easily gotten lost and perished in the cold. Despite extensive searches of the area, no remains or personal belongings have ever been found. It's possible that Maura could have fallen into an unsearched area or met with an accident that completely concealed her. But again, without evidence, this theory remains speculative. Throughout this ordeal, Maura's family has been unwavering in their search for answers. Her father, Fred Murray, has been particularly vocal, tirelessly advocating for more thorough investigations and keeping his daughter's case in the public eye. Fred believes that Maura was the victim of foul play and has been critical of the initial handling of the investigation. His determination is both heartbreaking and inspiring, a testament to the love and desperation of a father who simply wants to know what happened to his daughter. The Murray family's pain is palpable, and their quest for the truth has kept Maura's story alive in the hearts and minds of many. Over the years, they've had to deal with the added strain of public scrutiny and the endless speculation that surrounds the case. It's a heavy burden to bear, but they persist, driven by the hope that one day they will have the closure they so desperately seek. As we continue to explore the vanishing of Maura Murray, we can't ignore the impact her case has had on the true crime community. It has become one of the most iconic unsolved mysteries of our time, spawning books, documentaries, podcasts, and thousands of online discussions. Theories continue to evolve, with new details and claims emerging even years later. Some believe that there are still crucial pieces of evidence waiting to be uncovered, while others fear that Maura's fate may remain a mystery forever. The sheer number of unanswered questions. Why did Maura leave so suddenly? Where was she going? And what really happened after her car crashed? Continue to haunt those who have followed her case. As we approach the 20-year mark since Maura vanished, the case remains as open and mysterious as ever. The official investigation is still active, but with no new leads, the trail has gone cold. It's a case that refuses to let go, that keeps pulling us back, urging us to find the truth, no matter how elusive it may be. Maura's disappearance is a reminder of how fragile life can be, how someone can vanish in an instant, leaving behind only questions and heartache. It's a story that leaves us with more questions than answers, a puzzle with too many missing pieces. In the nearly 20 years since Maura's disappearance, countless people have dedicated themselves to finding the truth. From professional investigators to amateur sleuths, the search for Maura has become a collective effort. The internet has played a significant role in keeping her case alive, with online forums and social media platforms serving as spaces for discussion, theorizing, and sharing information. Some have even gone so far as to conduct their own searches of the area where Maura was last seen, hoping to uncover something that was missed. The dedication and determination of those who have followed Maura's case are a testament to the impact her story has had on so many lives. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Maura Murray's disappearance is a case that sticks with you. It's a story that makes you question how someone could vanish so completely in our modern world, how a young woman with her whole life ahead of her could be there one moment and gone the next. It's a case that reminds us of the fragility of life and the mysteries that sometimes remain unsolved. But it's also a case that has brought people together, united in the search for truth and justice. Whether Maura is out there somewhere living a new life, or whether she met with tragedy on that cold February night, her story continues to resonate with all of us. Thank you for joining me today on this detailed look at the vanishing of Maura Murray. I hope this episode has given you a greater understanding of the complexities and challenges surrounding this case. If you have any thoughts, theories, or personal stories related to Maura's case or any other cases we've covered, I encourage you to share them with us. Your input is invaluable as we continue to explore these mysteries. And once again, thank you for being a part of the Crime Tapes community. Your support and engagement mean everything to us. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and remember, the truth is out there, even if it's not always easy to find.